Good morning, thriving warriors and those who wish they were. Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 10 a.m.
Alexa, what is the date?
Tuesday, June 28th.
Tuesday, June 28th, 6:08 a.m. And Alexa, what is the weather forecast for today? Alexa, what's today's forecast?
In Pahrump, it's 74 degrees Fahrenheit with mostly sunny skies. Today, you can look for lots of sun with a high of 104 degrees and a low of 74 degrees.
Okay, great. So it's Tuesday morning, almost the end of June. We still have some people who have yet to make arrangements. Salvation Army is going to be here today. And that means apartments 1, 2, and 4 will be going soon. So if you want to be here, you need to make arrangements. It's your choice, either way. We suggest you do it. We want you to be here. Let's see, I read something this morning. See if I can quickly pull it up. It has to do with mentors. I think this is really, really, really good career advice. Find a mentor and be a mentor to someone else when the time comes. I don't think we have anybody in our program that doesn't need a mentor, that can't use a mentor. I've always had mentors. Someone that can basically say, yeah, when I was in that position, or when I was in that situation, here's what I did. In fact, that reminds me, Mark Rowland we have a podcast with Mark Rowland where there's an exercise he does. I've talked about it on podcast before. And the thing is to imagine you woke up on a deserted island. You don't know how you got there. And you found out you could be visited for one day at a time by 4 different people. A coach who would only ask you questions, a consultant who would do whatever you needed, but it would disappear after a day. So if you said, make me a house, he would make the house, but after one day it would be gone. A mentor, somebody that would say, well, when I was on a deserted island, here's what I did first. And I can't remember what the title is, but a person who would basically show you how to do things, like show you how to fish, but they would be gone after one day. So the question was, who would you call first? What would you have them do? And yeah, that's an exercise. Maybe I will post that podcast so people can look at it. Find a mentor, be a mentor. Find someone who can basically say to you, yeah, when I was in that situation, I remember, and here's what I did. You don't want to have to repeat the same mistakes. So one of the key things about humans is we have mirror neurons, which enable us to learn by watching other people. Animals don't really have that ability. So they don't have generational learning where this generation learns from the generation before, etc. Humans do that. Only humans really do it. Other animals have to reinvent how to do it, or it's very, very slow. It might take 10,000 years for them to create a new way of doing things. Humans do it very quickly. We can just watch somebody skin a polar bear And we can learn how to skin a polar bear by watching him skin a polar bear versus learning how to do it the hard way. A mentor is that person teaching you how to do things so you don't have to do it. Learn by doing it. And state is a Tony Robbins thing he's big on now, which is if you want to change your behavior, if you want to change your self-identity, you need to change your state. Okay, so that's a continuation of the idea, the pop culture idea of insanity. So what is insanity? The pop culture definition of insanity is what? What is it, Charlene? What's the pop culture definition of insanity? And when I say pop culture, I mean versus the legal definition. What's the pop culture definition of insanity? Right. Doing the same thing over and over and hoping for a different result. So Tony Robbins says you can't just change your belief, you have to change your state. Physiologically. You have to, this is kind of another idea of his, where energy flows, focus goes. Or where focus goes, energy flows. So if you want to change your behavior, you need to change your state. You need to take action, physical action. It's not just thinking about a thing, it's thinking, it's doing. And you can get yourself in a positive state by thinking about things. Think of when you were proud, think of when you were happy, think of when you accomplished something, think of bravery, and all of a sudden you'll feel that way. Walk with your shoulders back, Jordan Peterson. First rule. Stand tall with your shoulders back. Makes you feel more confident. Other people think you are more confident. Go on a juicing diet and lose 20 pounds, and you'll get a lot more energy. Your state will change versus thinking about doing something and not actually doing it. So find a mentor, be a mentor. We have plenty of people here that can mentor you. I think Jason Thomas would be happy to be a mentor. Find a mentor, be a mentor. Change your state. Think about, remember, feel times that you really felt good, and then look inside, do a phenomenological approach. So what's that mean? Okay, we're at 8 minutes. Phenomenology. So the simple way to illustrate that is to think about something, a movie that made you feel scared or sad or energized any given Sunday. Rocky, scary movie, love story, Titanic, The Notebook. Think of those movies and notice how you feel. So phenomenology, let's say it's Rocky 1, not Rocky 15. And it's at the end of the movie, Rocky gets knocked down, but he's going to get back up. And a phenomenological approach would be to step outside of yourself when you're feeling the most passion. Look at yourself and say, why am I feeling that way? This isn't even real. This is a movie. And not only that, they're not actually even fighting. It's all staged. Why am I feeling this way? And the answer is because that's what our brains are designed to do. They do that. But the key thing is, now back to Tony Robbins, notice your state. At that point, you feel you can do anything versus you're in the crappy apartments, or you're in the dirty apartments in the crappy neighborhood, and it's hot, and you're thinking, I'm bored, this sucks, there's nothing to do. I'm going to play my video games and jerk off. Tony Robbins says, change your state. Start by thinking of a time that you felt really good, really energized, determined to do something, Get in that state and then get up and do something. Pursue something. Be a mentor. Call somebody on the phone. Call me on the phone. Tell me, hey, here's an idea I have, but I don't know how to do it. Don't be a guy that says, I want to open a bistro. Be a guy that says, I'm going to open a bistro, and here's my ideas of what it's going to do. And then they pull out a piece of paper, they pull out a 32-page booklet on their ideas, and they're making it real. And they're using the Zanoli method, and they're figuring out what they need to do to get from point A to point B. Okay, so that's it for today. Oh, one last thing. Seth Godin, snake handling. This is a very different task than snake charming. The first is far more common, but it requires heavy equipment and is often dangerous. On the other hand, if you have empathy and patience, it's possible to learn to charm the snakes instead. Okay, so snake handling, very different from snake charming. The first is far more common, meaning snake handling is far more common, but it requires heavy equipment and is often dangerous. Yeah, you could get bit by the snake. On the other hand, if you have empathy and patience, it's possible to learn to charm the snakes instead. So that is a really good. And now it is time to do what? What, Greg? What is it time to do now? Okay. Boom. Yesterday was the only easy day. Let's go out, make something happen today. Just do a thing, change your state. Let's focus on that. Let's practice 10 times during the day to change your state. You could be sitting on the bus. You could be daydreaming at work. You could be having lunch. You could be whatever you're doing. Could be at your job. Take 10 seconds. Think about a memory that you have, something in the past that you were extremely proud or happy about, a time you really liked. So try that today. And with that, I will say at 12:41, cut.